Once, the Roman Emperor Hadrian saw a 17-year-old boy and was so impressed by his views on life, he decided to adopt him. This young man was Marcus Aurelius. Among distinctive character traits from his childhood were the thirst for knowledge and philosophy. As a result, Marcus Aurelius became one of the most famous Stoic philosophers. Stoicism teaches us an inspiring way of thinking and living that remains relevant even nowadays. Let's take a look at some principles followed by Marcus Aurelius that might help us open our minds and think more clearly. Stop controlling what you can't control. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This simple exception can put aside and clear you from unnecessary worries and stress. Don't worry about things that are out of your control. Don't overload your brain with excessive thoughts. Instead, focus on what you can control or fix. For example, you are responsible for a project at work. You can only control your actions related to the project implementation, but you cannot control the final result. Why? Because there are many factors beyond your control. Other people's mistakes, changes in circumstances, etc. Focus on things under your control is the basis of Stoicism. Stoics teach us to think and control only our actions and thoughts. The rest is beyond our control. If you learn to accept this fact, your brain will always think clearly and will always be free of stress and worries. Live here and now. How often do you delve into the past? Do you blame yourself for mistakes or revisit some moments thinking, what if things have been done differently? Or vice versa, we do prefer to daydream, think about the future. For example, how cool would it be to earn a lot of money, buy a new car, go on vacation, etc. It's in these moments that life tends to pass on. You are missing how you actually live, not enjoying what you have at the moment. We often dwell on the past to the point of forgetting that it's already past and think about the future that has not yet arrived. It's in the present that our lives take place, here and now. No one can lose either the past or the future. How could anyone be deprived of what he does not possess? It's only the present moment of which either stands to be deprived. And if this is all he has, he cannot lose what he does not have. Marcus Aurelius. Practice your acceptance. As we noted earlier, our life can be split into two components. The first is what belongs to us, our property, thoughts, actions. The same goes for aspects beyond our control, like other people's actions, the weather, and so on. The second is our reaction to it. The Stoic answer to the second question is acceptance. We must do everything in our power to improve the outcome and our lives. Respond to obstacles through acceptance. As Marcus Aurelius stated, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. We can choose our own reaction to this or that matter. Accept the fact that not everything will always be the way you want it to be. Unfortunately, life is hard, sometimes unfair, and it's your responsibility to react to its challenges. Stoics' distinctive feature lies in their acceptance of reality here and now. It generates a state when you cannot be pushed to strong emotions through external factors. Think of it as a state of freedom. Learn to control your emotions. Controlling emotions must be one of the most important skills for a person who wants to always think clearly. In order to make thorough decisions, it is a must to drown out emotions. This is especially relatable for anger or any sorts of rage. Most of the time, we can make mistakes in a fit of anger. For example, you had a conflict at work, and the first thing you would want to do is to give a notable response to the offender. Inside, you are burning with anger, and you would certainly want to send this emotion back. But instead, you better ask yourself, will it help you reduce your feelings? Will this improve the situation or, on the contrary, further intensify the conflict? Stoics teach to redirect emotions. Think about how you can handle your emotions. Maybe it's better to calmly talk to the one who offended you, explain your feelings, and find another option for communication together. The same goes for fear. We cannot simply take and silence our fears or anxiety. There is no such button in the human body, but at least we can try to redirect this particular emotion in a more constructive direction. For instance, we are too afraid to launch our project. Fear binds our actions, and we do nothing as a result. An effective way to handle this fear would be to think through all the most terrible consequences that can happen if we do it anyways. Like, I will not be able to recover money spent on launch, my product will not be needed by anyone, and so on. After making assumptions, ask yourself, will it be that bad for you? Is that fear worth not even trying? In most cases, fear of the unknown is the cause of stalling. As soon as we go through our deepest fears, we only become stronger. Train your emotions. Don't let anger, fear, and anxiety pollute your mind. Practice objectivity. Objectivity stands among important features of awareness. It is impossible to think clearly without any sense of objectivity in your mind. We should try to see the whole picture of the world, not only trusting our side. It's like having a second pair of eyes. We should turn off personal judgments and prejudices. People tend to see the world from their perspective, to be in the center of their reality, putting themselves first. Believe it or not, but it totally distorts perception. The sooner we reduce personal prejudice, the sooner we'll be able to see reality in an objective way. Try to observe the world without emotional attachment, as if from another person's body. It takes time to learn, but you will eventually get an objective picture of reality around you. Strive to see things as they are, not as you wish to see them. Question your judgments. This principle comes right after the previous point. Challenge your own assumptions and judgments. Marcus Aurelius encouraged people to critically analyze their thoughts and beliefs. The mentioned way of perceiving things may help you avoid falling into cognitive traps and biases. Always ask questions and be critical of any received information. This also applies to your thoughts. Oftentimes, your judgments are based on previous experience. However, mind this experience being formed under certain circumstances which may already lose their relevance. Keep an open mind and don't let your judgments guide your decisions. Again, have a look at the whole picture and only then will you have a wider perspective. The wise man is one who knows what he does not know. Remember this line. Seek wisdom from others. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. We always have something to learn. Every person in your life can become a teacher for you. Be open-minded, get to know different points of view, listen carefully, analyze other people's experience, and draw yourself some conclusions. Being exposed to a variety of ideas can broaden your thinking and help you make more fact-proven decisions. Nowadays, you can find yourself any information, not to mention all this stuff being available for free. Read, listen to podcasts, get knowledge from people from any sources. YouTube, for example, is still an unlimited library of content which can help you become a better person. Just don't forget to correctly filter the received info. Subscribe to our channel and let us help you become the best version of yourself.